Dial the 3-digit extension at the...
All right, let's hit it.
Now time for Roula and Ryan's prank call.
Yay! Special K in the prank calls at krbe.com/prank call requests. Sometimes the prank comes to him with a telemarketer turnaround. He'll use the robo talk to text caller, or he just uses his character voices.
Yeah. Is this a straight up prank?
Outright prank today. About 2 years ago, we pranked Chewy, and I have him on the line right now, and he wants to turn this around on his wife. What's up?
So what's going on is we live real close to central downtown, like 5 minutes away from Minute Maid Park, you know. So and this area is really developing. So we have this neighbor that's being picked on by the city of Houston, and the developers buying some houses around us. And they're not saying it, but we know that he's the one that's throwing the city at the neighbors and stuff like that for the yard not being kept up. So we have some issues with our house where we have to do some upkeeping to the garage apartment, and we have like 2 cars outside in the yard that's just not being moved. So my wife's she's the city of Houston police for our neighbors to tell them, hey, I'll talk to them, don't bother them people and stuff like that. And she's always mentioned about if the city of Houston ever gets dropped on our property, I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. So I'm like, I want to crank her on this one and see what she does, because we're always getting letters from developers trying to buy our house. And if we can get somebody to like be aggressive, that will throw the city at us if we don't sell the house, I want to see what she does.
Tell me what the 2 vehicles are that are not running.
So we have a Chevrolet Blazer and also a Jimmy.
Thank you so much, Chewy. And I already pranked you before?
Yes, you're the one that you pranked me on the jury duty.
Well, let's turn this around and see if we can get her.
All right, sounds great.
So,
Wow.
Can we pull this off? His wife is a huge fan of the show.
Uh-oh.
She originally wanted to prank Chewy herself, and we did do it. So my goal is to bamboozle her.
So if she knows all your voices, what are you going to do?
Yeah, you can't do Richard Hunt. She's going to know that
You
one.
guys should just do your real voice, and on the phone it might sound different, maybe.
Well, did you get a new one? Another new one?
We did have a new voice
Was
the
it
other
Jesse
week.
Chambers something you did that?
I think I'm just going to try to catch her off guard.
Oh.
Will she have enough patience? She will either fly off the handle or she will have her composure.
Okay.
So the garage apartment has some broken out windows. There's some cars in front of the house that are not running. Here we go.
Hello?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm calling from the city of Houston in regards to the property at
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, sorry, but we're in the process of revitalization on account of the new roadway coming through there, and your property has officially come up as an eyesore for the development.
The new road? What new road?
59, we're going to expand it over in that area, but nonetheless, in order to avoid condemnation, if y'all could take a look at perhaps tearing down what looks to be, it used to be maybe a garage or a shed of sorts.
Oh, yeah, the 3-car garage. Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever it was, with the broken windows and whatnot. I know if people playing target practice with it, but
That happened during this last hurricane.
is that right? I see. And y'all gonna tear that thing down?
Well, we're working with the insurance. They have an adjuster coming out.
Okay, and they'll tear it down then. Okay. Now, the city says here you're running a junkyard or a used car lot?
No.
Okay, but that looks like some type of GMC Jimmy, ma'am, in there. Is that right? GMC Jimmy?
Yeah, those are my mother-in-law's vehicles. She goes in and out of town, so when she parks them, they stay parked for a little while till she comes back. Like right now, she's in Mexico. She's been over there for about 4 months.
Mexico. Okay. Now, ma'am, I don't even think they make the GMC Jimmy anymore. They discontinued those. So if you could pull that one on out of there. And is that a 1987 Blazer y'all got in there as well?
I have no idea. Those were both her vehicles because one of them, she puts buckets and stuff like that in the back.
Oh, buckets. Well, maybe you could load that garage into that bucket and take it on out of there. But, ma'am, the 1987 Blazer, I don't think we're allowed to have those anymore. Those are actually outlawed, I believe, due to racist undertones.
Really?
What if we take the property off your hands and sell it to someone who cares? There's a gentleman who's buying up some properties around there.
Oh, no, we're not interested.
Well, I know he'd treat it right and he'd tear it down, recycle those classic vehicles in your junkyard.
Yeah, no, we're not interested.
Okay, but what I'm saying, man, is we don't want to condemn your house. You know, it's in disarray. It looks cattywampus.
Yeah, no, we're working with the insurance on that garage apartment, and the big house is livable because we live in it.
Oh, is that right? Oh, y'all live there. Y'all can
Yes.
live there? Okay.
Yeah, in the
okay.
big house. We're living in the big house.
Oh, goodness gracious. There's no holes in it? It's just...
No, perfectly livable.
Oh, my goodness. Well, y'all have some type of
Perfectly livable.
tolerance. Well, it doesn't sound like we're getting anywhere with you. Is your husband home? You're impossible and have no riz. I can't get through to you.
Oh, no, he can't get through to me either, so you're not going to have any luck there.
Oh, is that right?
Thanks for calling. Thanks for being interested.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. How about I come on down there? Are you home?
I am home, and no, you're not allowed on my property.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And I would never. It sounds like you sound menacing. You might have a shovel ready for me to.
I am a bit menacing, yes.
Okay, that's what I was saying. I didn't want you to do to me what you did to those windows up there.
No, I'd never. I'd do a better job. But thanks for calling.
Okay, wait. Mr. Chewy has asked me to call you, actually.
Mr. Chewy,
Yes.
for what did he say?
Well, he said that you done got him before, so it's my turn to get you.
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, my gosh. I was... He did say he was going to get me. Woo, you had me hot, man. Woo! Oh, Lord.
Yeah, what did you really want to tell Richard Hunt?
Oh, my gosh. I was about to rip him a new one. I was about to show him that I was a card-carrying member.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Talk about patience. I was trying to be nice.
You were real nice.
I was trying not to cuss and call you names.
You and me pranked him before, right?
Yes, we did. I had completely forgotten about it, too.
You didn't recognize my voice. I love it.
I didn't, because it caught me off guard. I'm over here dusting and cleaning, and this man's over here trying to say, you live in it? Oh, girl. I'm like, mother, you would come over. I'm going to do better to you than I did to them windows.
Do you remember what you're supposed to say now at the end of a Special K prank call?
Special K, prank me on the Roula and Ryan.
Yes.
Wow.
You did not get her to scream, though.
Did you notice her what was it? God, what's the word I'm looking for, guys? Not subconscious, the innuendo, implication.
Yes.
That she would do a better job than that with you.
And then those windows.
I'll work you over way worse than the windows.
Wow.
What
Special
about a
K,
shovel?
that's awesome.
Get a gun.
I
Oh,
love that
man.
she didn't even recognize my voice. She was caught off guard. You know, if you give me the right information on these prank calls, we can usually catch someone off guard, and they're kind of expecting this to happen offhandedly. So that's how we get them.
They don't even realize they're saying Richard Hunt, even though they've probably heard you do that
Right,
character for
yeah,
years.
because
That's
they're so caught up in the moment. I was
Especially their
really,
property. They don't want to get their property screwed
Messed with.
I was
Yeah.
really impressed that she did not explode.
Yes.
Because we've all had that moment where we've just finally been pushed too far.
I felt like
And
she was
unleash
about
on
to hang up on me, so I kind of ended it and tied it up there.
Yeah, because you're like, no ma'am. Okay, krbe.com/prank call request. If you want to hear it later, we podcast everything. So all of Special Case prank calls are podcast on our show when they run. We do Wednesdays with the telemarketer turnarounds or the robocalls, and then Fridays with the prank calls. Coming up next, there are mispronounced words that are so common. You hear them a lot, but man, does it make you sound dumb if you use them.
Don't let Sam see this
does it
list.
make
Breakfast?
you sound dumb.
Every year we do this with Sam.
Mispronounced words that make you sound dumb.
Let's type up the words real quick during the break
And have
without
her
the
read
answer,
them?
the correct way, and have her say them.
Oh,
See if she gets them right. Because usually she's
I feel
50-50.
like-
Oh,
I
you're
think
giving her a quiz?
But these are, I think she'll nail like 70, 80%.
Okay.
I think she's going to get 100% of these.
well, yesterday we had to have a lesson in saying Fresno, not Frenzo.
oh,
Frenzo?
Like about 5 times.
Fresno, California?
Fresno.
Because we have a Fresno here in
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
yes. So are you saying these words wrong and you're
Bless her
the
heart.
dummy and you
Oh,
don't know?
that was
You'll
nice.
find out next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
4.1 KRBE. It's the Roula and Ryan show.
We're having like technical meltdowns, and also my headphones are melting down. 'cause
Everything's broken in
they
here.
totally came off my ear during the prank call, and Eric was like looking at me, and it was hanging off of the headphone. What do you call this part? The crown?
The band that
Yeah.
holds the earpieces.
It was totally hanging off, and now I'm trying to fix it, and now it won't stay on my ear total because there's some snag. I don't know what's happening.
So
Is
you
it
put
full
it back
moon
on,
again?
you get the wire stuck between
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Well, that's
the
what I was trying to
wire's
fix the
stuck.
wire.
The wire's stuck.
And I'm trying to pull it through. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Thank God it's Friday. We only got a few hours left.
It only bothers me. I'll just pretend like it doesn't bother me. And it's a full moon. That's why we're all crazy this week. Okay. So we cannot do the Taylor toss-up in case you are just tuning in. You're wondering what's happening because you had the email that 7:20 was Taylor toss-up. We hope to push it to 8:20 if the phone lines come back. But right now we're down with internet and we're down with
We've
the
lost phones. We've lost internet. We've
And is
lost.
something happening outside, or is it just our windows that have condensation? Is it really foggy outside?
It's just condensation.
I saw the building had a lot of condensation on it.
Yeah.
Okay, because man,
Well, it
going down to the
hasn't been
kitchen, I was
washed
like,
yet.
whoa, look at
Super
that.
foggy. Yeah.
Super foggy. Okay, so there is a list that came out today about the mispronounced words that make you sound dumb. When you say these words incorrectly, people look at you differently, like, oh, you don't know.
Bless your heart.
Well, how many people are guilty of this, though? You want to
lot.
try and
A lot.
incorporate a new word into your vocabulary,
It's not
which
new.
I think, no, I know, but I'm just saying a lot of people, you want to try and better yourself. You want to try and sound smart. You pepper in a big word, and a lot of times we misuse them,
It's a fail. Well, listen, on
Ryan
this-
has a lot of, you got a big vocabulary.
and it's all stupid.
Like, you know a lot of big words. Half the time we're all like, I don't know what he said.
Yeah.
But you know
I'm just
what?
going to go with it. But
You know how many times?
it's cool. I wish I knew those
Do you know
words.
how many times I said like the wrong thing though, learning it along the way? Like in college, you know the word antithesis, right?
Yeah.
antithesis, yes.
I literally
I know how
said
to
I was
spell
trying
it.
to impress. I was trying to impress a girl in college, and I said, "Well, how about the antithesis?" And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Like, why did I say that?
cringe. I
But
cringe. at
people
some of
don't
the-
even know what antithesis is. That's what
the,
I'm saying.
basically the exact opposite.
Opposite.
Right, but that's another, to Eric's example, that's words
I would
that
just
you
say
use that people
opposite.
use.
Yeah. When in
Okay.
doubt,
I'm
keep
just a
it
common
simple.
man.
Here on the Roula and Ryan Show, there are two words that you already know out of the box in this room as the Roula and Ryan Show players that are on the list because you're going to be like, oh, yeah, we've heard those a million times on our show. Whether it's a listener line call or somebody calling us, they will use the word irregardless.
Not a word.
That is not a word. It is regardless.
Regardless.
That is not a word. Irregardless. There's no IR in front of regardless. Just don't. Regardless. Don't say irregardless. It's regardless. Okay. The other word that we've heard a lot over the years, supposedly. Supposedly is not correct.
There's no B in it.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Supposedly is the word. It is not supposedly. Now, other words that are on this list that make you sound dumb if you say them incorrectly, I feel like when you grow up, you learn this is the right word. As a child, you would say it wrong.
Okay.
But the word is library, and they say people say it, pronounce it library. I feel like more children will say library
Yeah, that's
until
like a
they
baby
realize
talk.
it's library.
Yeah.
Library.
Right?
La Bay.
Library versus library.
Library.
There's a
Although for years,
BR.
I got kindergarten. I used to say kindergarten. It's garden, right?
Well, people say it fast.
It's a German
so
word.
it sounds the same.
Kindergarten.
And to me, in my mind, though, it's like a garden of little kids.
Well, that's
no.
what it
Being
is.
pulled
In
out.
The German.
But it's spelled with a T.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't.
I
But
don't-
nobody
but
ever
the T,
pronounces
though.
it that way.
Garden.
Nobody
I don't
does.
say tin.
But the way you're saying it is the way everybody
Kindergarten.
says it. Yeah, kindergarten. Everybody says kindergarten,
Well, so
even
it's
though
all
it's
right.
spelled with a T. We're not saying that. Okay. There's a word that we know very well
What are
here.
you giggling at?
Can I
because-
guess one for Sam to
Okay,
say?
we're gonna hold up this phrase because
Stop.
we have
You
funny
guys are
audio of Sam in the
so
past not
serious.
getting this right.
You have you got to just say it right away. As soon as I show it to you.
Are you spelling it out?
Is it Yukon? Yukon?
No.
Nope.
No, that's
Ready?
actually good. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, Grand Prix.
All right.
Oh yeah.
She learned.
Yes.
You're
We were
such
giving
a
away
brat.
Austin Grand Prix tickets, and Sweet
like
Sam
Twix.
was on the air after our show, and she said Grand Prix, and we were like, "What?" And we weren't on the cloud under the
cloud
umbrella of the Roula and Ryan show anymore, and she's quick in her show. We're like, "It's Grand Prix."
There used to be a car.
It's Grand Prix.
Wasn't there a Grand Prix vehicle? I think my sister had because people called it that.
Oh, okay.
I had a
Grand Prix.
video game called that. The
Yeah,
Grand Prix.
I didn't know that.
What
Okay.
about realtor?
Oh yeah.
It's
Many
not
people-
realtor. It's real tour.
Think of
Realtor.
a touring band. It's
Realtor.
a real tour.
Realtor.
Realtor.
Not a realtor.
No.
Realtor. Okay, two of the words on this list of words that make you sound dumb when you mispronounce them. I think you have an advantage if you're from Texas especially if you like Tex-Mex food, you're going to know how to say these words. But maybe if you're from, like Ohio or Iowa, you might not say that, right?
Idaho, you would not know these.
Right. The word is fajita. The word is fajita.
Fajita.
The mispronunciation pronounces the J.
fajita.
I bet you had family, Sam, up north.
Fajita.
When they came down here, they wanted fajitas.
Yes, they don't know how to say fajita.
Tortilla chips.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
correct.
like, no.
And what's another thing you can eat at a Tex-Mex restaurant?
I'm going to have me a quesadilla.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
A quesadilla.
that's
I would
in-
like a quesadilla.
Yeah, a double L in
quesadilla.
Spanish is a Y.
That's
Yes.
in Napoleon Dynamite.
Quesadilla.
Come get your
Quesadilla.
damn quesadilla.
Yeah.
Quesadilla. Okay, let's keep on going with the food. On the list of the things that are mispronounced words that make you sound dumb, some people really have a hard time saying Chipotle.
I used to say Chipotle.
I guess with the commercials of the
Chipotle.
maybe when the restaurant wasn't around, maybe people didn't know.
Yeah, I think when it first came out, because people up north used to call it Chipotle.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We
They
dropped
would
the L.
really put
The two mispronunciations are Chipotle and Chipotle instead of Chipotle.
Chipotle?
Because there's a TLE there.
Oh, that's
so they don't want
funny.
you skipping the L. Other words that are mispronounced, specifically, the word specifically.
How else can you say it?
People say pacifically.
Like the West
What?
Coast?
Pacific.
Pacifically.
Like a baby.
Specifically. Pacifically. Frustrated. Frustrated.
Why do you say that
is the
wrong?
word. Frustrated.
Frustrated.
People say frustrated.
What? They dropped the R?
Frustrated?
Yeah,
I'm
because you're
frustrated.
fussy.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
So you're frustrated.
You are a moron. You're right. If you do say that.
Frustrated.
What about
people think you're silly.
The
You're
word
dummy.
that Sabrina Carpenter taught us all summer.
Thanks for bringing that up, Kevin,
Yeah.
because that's on the list. And I was telling Eric off the air, anything with an X sound that is mispronounced makes me crazy. And we've pointed out the Sabrina Carpenter song is teaching everyone it's not espresso. There's no X in that. It's an espresso, ES. But it says anything that starts with an ES sound, but you make it an X sound. Like, oh my God, I think there's an escape hatch over there. Oh my God, open the escape hatch. No.
Escape?
It's not an escape hatch. It's an escape hatch. It is not espresso. It's espresso.
However-
and it's not etc. It's etc.
Etc.
It would be a great idea if
etc.
you had a coffee shop that was known for its, speed. Espresso. You know,
Express-
come and get fast coffee.
Or
Wait.
people just think you spelled it wrong.
Or like
They'll just think you're dumb.
yeah.
Your ex,
Inmates.
bring your ex-mate.
Yeah, your ex.
I got one for
your
Sam right here. It's on the
ex-inmate.
list.
Okay.
We'll throw it up. Because this is the one I screw up. Even our presidents.
One of the presidents.
Yeah, one. Ready?
No,
3.
I'm drinking my coffee. I'm busy.
Go.
Nuclear.
Oh, no.
Oh. Nuclear is the mispronounced way to say that
Wow.
word. It's
Nuclear.
nuclear.
Nuclear war.
I screwed that one up
I
too.
roll.
Who was it? George W. used to say.
George W. said
Nuclear.
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 Also,
Nuclear.
Ryan
Nuclear.
can't say brother or footage.
Or sitting.
I
Sitting.
tend to
I was
put a-
sitting there. He says I was sitting
I
there.
tend to put a D in brother. It's like, that's my northern dialect. That's the only thing that I carried from, my childhood.
But
Princess
you've lived
Leia.
here
Brother.
way longer
Brother.
than you lived there.
Oh, of course I have, but it was just like ingrained in my head, like when I was a kid.
Interesting.
Brother.
Oh, yeah,
it's
and Leia.
brother.
And-
brother.
And interesting. Is it interesting or is it interesting?
It's interesting.
Because I
I'm
get screwed
so
up with
glad
that one
we
too.
can't get the text right now.
I know.
I'm getting
glad.
texts.
Are you?
Yeah, I hooked it to my phone.
Okay, cool.
So I'm getting
Let
all
us
these
know
ideas.
other words that they're coming
from
up
people.
with. We're going over the list
what-
of mispronounced words that make you sound dumb.
The sauce, the English sauce.
Worcestershire.
Yeah.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Nobody knows how to say it. Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Is it Worcestershire? Is it Worcestershire?
Just give me that
I
steak
don't know.
47 sauce, whatever
Just
it is.
give me
What is
whatever
What's
that
A1
Liam
or whatever?
Perrins is. It's Liam
A1.
Perrins.
Heinz 57.
Yeah. Worst. Is it worst? Worst.
Now
Worst-
you're
I
saying
can't
it,
say
I
it.
can't think of it.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
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 I added that in
Worcestershire?
my Bloody Murray the other day.
Bloody Murray? What's a Bloody
Bloody
Murray?
Murray.
Bloody Murray.
Bloody
That's
Mary.
Mary's brother. Mary's cousin.
It's got a big pickle in it.
Bloody Murray is Mary's cousin.
It's got a hot dog or a pickle.
What happened there?
I'd like to change the name. It was a male drink that day, and he did
Okay,
have
Bloody
2
Murray.
pickles in there
And-
and on some olives.
When people
Pronouns.
pose a question, they see?
Talk today.
Pose a question, they blank you a question? They
Ask you a question.
or do they ask you?
They ask
No, they
you.
ask you a question.
X.
You are being
X.
asked a question.
Just like espresso.
That's how you grow up.
These are mispronounced words that make you sound
Grew up.
dumb.
Grow up.
Universally agreed on by a study here in America. Frustrated? No, you're a dummy.
I have never heard anybody say frustrated.
When I was in school, I had a teacher.
Other than a baby.
I had a teacher that I don't know what part of Texas he was raised in, but I remember first day, 9th grade, he's talking to us about some kind of math I was not going to understand. And he was trying to say the word further, and he would say further. And I'm like, what?
Further and farther.
Further?
Like an English
no,
way
it's
to say it?
further. Oh, that's further than that. No, what? It's further. And I was 14. And I feel like, you're a grown man. Why are you saying further? And off the air, Eric and I were saying how, he did say I was uptight. And I will agree that I am uptight
When it comes
about
to grammar,
because
my wife's the same way because your school, you guys both.
if there's one thing
was it,
teachers
St.
out
Thomas?
there can take heart in knowing, if you think that what you're doing is in vain, it is not. Because eventually it makes it through our brain waves, whether we want it or not. How many times did I try to sleep through Mrs. Graves' English class? How many times was I freezing because she kept it at a cool 57 degrees in there, and you're so damn cold.
That's better. That's to keep you on your toes, keep
yes.
you awake.
And this woman, God rest her soul, if you went to St. Thomas Episcopal School in Meyerland from the day they opened till the day she passed away, I don't know how long it's been, and I can't speak to the new English teachers there, but every alumni I know, if there's one teacher they talk about, got through their brainwaves, even when we didn't want her to, it was her. And that is why we are so crazy about our grammar, because she made us this way.
And Sam and I grew up, I think, the same way. It was a suggestion to go to school. Like
it was a suggestion.
You should go.
It wasn't mandatory.
Yeah, well, I mean, you go, but you're not really there. It was more social.
It was specifically told. You were specifically told.
Specifically told.
We're going out to California. Specifically.
I never cared. All I had to be, I was chubby and had glasses, so they thought I was smart.
Well, I was chubby and had glasses, and they didn't think I was smart. They just
No?
made me learn my English.
Well,
So
they
you're
didn't
saying
care.
that physically, your appearance,
Saved.
you
well, they
should have
didn't
been a
ruin me.
smart kid.
Yeah, they thought I was smart.
If they were
nice.
profiled you
They profiled
because
me.
you had
And
glasses.
they let me slide.
And now you say frustrated.
Or broke.
But yeah, it's broken.
Yep.
It's not, I broke it,
Yep.
but the clock is broken. The clock is not broke. The clock is broken.
Don't even get me started on good and well.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that the other day. So there you go. Hopefully we'll make you sound smarter, even if
Ooh,
you
those
don't
are
feel like
good.
you are.
Good and plenty.
nasty.
You like
Good
that?
are
Make you
nasty.
sound
That's a
smarter.
nasty candy.
It's not bad.
I would say we could try to
Something better.
do calls, but we can't because
No.
not
No.
time yet.
No,
I'm getting
no.
text messages, and that's
That's
it.
it.
That's good
So-
to know.
We're here.
All right.
So we talk about the
Kev's Wi-Fi.
Hall of Fame of the toys every year. It comes out.
Yes!
I feel
We're
like it's every
gonna
6
do
months,
that.
but it's already been a year.
The Hall of Fame finalists are here. What is in this year's
You want to feel old?
grouping?
I saw one of these. It's a game, not a toy.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, wait, how could this be in the
This
Hall
is
of Fame
going in the
already?
Hall of Fame?
This was like
When I tell you this, you're going to be like...
our show was already started when this came out.
If you're 26, you're going to feel old
Yep.
because of the toy that's on the docket to go into the Hall of Fame. We'll talk about it next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Back to the Roula and Ryan
It's
Show.
brought to you by Takari Arandas. Boom, 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 boom. Woo, 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 woo. Celebrity Scoop brought to you by Takari
You
Arandas.
gotta have that excited
Woo, woo,
woman.
woo, woo. All right, here we go. The Toy Hall of Fame has a lot of toys. And the finalists this year are going to make you feel old. Even if you're only like 25. You're like, what? A toy that I was growing up with is already going in that? Because when you think Hall of Fame, you think like the Slinky from like the 50s.
How do they run out of stuff? Every year they do a contest where they take it to like the top 10, and they only put 3 in.
That's like the Rock and Roll Hall of
3
Fame.
of the 12 toys get inducted every
So why
year.
don't they just take the other ones from like 10 years ago that still aren't in?
The runners up.
Right, exactly right. Okay, so here's how it plays out. The finalists this year, the board game, Apple to Apples.
Oh, yeah.
Already? It's already time
How
for
is that
that to be a
possible?
contender?
Game to play with your
For
surprised.
kids.
Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I'm
I feel like you have to have like more tenure than that.
What year did they come out?
I don't know.
We can't look it up.
1997. We can't look up. We have no internet.
I might tell
By the way, we have no internet, no text screen, no phone line.
I
The
can see text
stream
now.
is working, though. My mom in
That's
Harrisburg,
good.
Pennsylvania is
Oh,
listening.
that's
And then
good.
my best friend Jules in Houston is listening.
But as far as executing the Rule and Ryan show, we're going 1991 right
Ooh,
now.
I like this.
I think you
Whatever
jinxed us.
papers in front of me
you
is what
jinxed
I
us,
got.
Roula.
Yeah.
Why?
The start of the show, you said
Said it was
it's
1994.
1994.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
So
you're
it's your fault.
right.
So you just magically took the technology back 30 years.
Oh
And-
my God, yes.
But
I
even
did.
30
It was a
years
full
ago,
moon.
we had phones.
It was a full moon.
99 is apples to apples.
Okay.
I was close, 97.
What was the game where you had the little cherries on the tree you had to put on? Your objective was to fill
What
the tree
kind of
with...
George Washington games you play back then?
No. Was it High Ho
Yep,
Cheerio? I
like
can't
that.
remember. You spun it. You spun a little thing.
never
Your
saw that.
objective
Hi-Ho
was
Cheerio.
you had these little plastic cherries, and you had to
On a tree. I've
fill
seen the
the tree
box, but
with
I've never
them.
Look
bought
that
the
up,
game. They still sell that. I've seen that
1960s
box
game.
front.
No, we played that with my daughter.
They do have that still at Target, but I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. While you look that up.
It's the new game called Hi Ho Cheerio. Okay?
It's not new if we're trying to put it in the Hall of
Little
Fame.
Ryan.
Hey, Mom and Dad, lost all my beads. Where
What was it? My iPad was my iPad.
Put them in your nose. Get them out of Kevin's nose, Dad.
Say, like,
That's Ryan as a child talking about his
The
brothers.
sad thing is, in 20 years from now, there will be no toys. There'll be apps.
oh, I know.
my
Candy
God,
Crush
you're
and-
right.
It's hard to get kids to play with toys now.
Let's go through the rest of the finalists for this year. Besides Apples to Apples, we have the card game Phase 10. Has anybody played that ever? I've never
Yes,
played
I
that.
have that at my
yes.
house.
What's
Phase
that?
10.
Oh man, it's rummy,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it will last forever.
Where you're playing
It does.
gin rummy with kids?
Cards. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
it's
it's-
not like you're betting anything.
No, it utilizes more numbers than
Yes.
rummy used like suits, and I don't know, but it takes a really long because you have to go through 10 different rounds plus.
Wow.
Because other people have to catch up to you as
Phase
well.
10.
It's
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Okay. The next toy that is up as a finalist for the Toy Hall of Fame, the National Toy Hall of Fame. Remember, only 3 of these 12 are going to make it in.
Okay.
Transformers.
They should
Those
be in already.
definitely should be in.
Yeah.
There's been all these movies and merchandise.
'Cause there's more than meets the eye.
Transformers definitely deserve
new
to be in
one,
the Hall of Fame.
Transformers 1 comes out today.
I don't
Oh, that's
know.
what it's
It's like
called?
a cartoon with Chris Hemsworth. And they had GoBots.
GoBots were the cheap knockoff.
No, that was just for kids that we just maybe weren't as good when it came to putting things together.
What, GoBots
easier?
were more
Yeah,
simple?
it's
It's
four
like
moves.
Duplo for Lego versus the Legos
Yeah, it
because
is.
the small ones are too hard. The big ones are easier to put
It was
together.
a cool, like, F-16 jet was the main guy. I think they had a cartoon.
GoBots.
But GoBots, it was like only 2 moves. I could see his face and he'd make his arms and legs.
That was it.
Optimus Prime, I'm like, oh, man, how do I put this back together?
So you're basically saying GoBots were Transformers for dummies.
Yep. And that's why I loved it.
Another finalist this year. I feel like this has been in over and over and not. I could have sworn I thought we said this was already in, but now it's a finalist again. My Little Pony. Isn't My Little Pony already in there? No,
really-
it's not.
It doesn't do anything.
My Little Pony.
No, but they had all
My
those-
Little
it
Pony.
doesn't move,
Oh my God,
does
I
it?
love
Had a
My
cartoon
Little
for that,
Pony.
too.
Yeah.
Remember, there's a whole pony movement with like guys, like men.
The bronies.
That's still
The bronies,
still a
right?
thing.
yeah, the bronies.
Yeah, My Little Pony. Dudes that love My Little Pony. Okay, another entry for the National Toy Hall of Fame. Plain old balloons.
A balloon
Plain
is a
old
toy?
balloons. Blow up a balloon. A child is so happy with a
Santiago's
balloon.
favorite thing is a balloon right
Right.
now.
Does he like it like when the balloon artists where they tie them all together and make something
No,
cool?
kids are so easy, right? Let me tell you this.
Gotten that.
When my daughter was 4 years old, we were at the family restaurant in the family room having a little birthday party for her. And I was thinking, okay, 4 years old, what's the theme going to be? Whatever. So I had like activities and crafts and all this crap. And all these kids cared about were the balloons.
Yep, that's how Santi
And not the
is.
helium ones because you can't chase
No.
those around. I just had some non-helium ones. And those kids were entertained for an hour
You do
and a
that game,
half.
You got to keep it up in the air,
Yes.
like back and forth. And
The
it'll,
balloon.
it'll, like,
He just
explode.
loves to like squish it.
And then
Does it
we have
pop?
to have
It
our...
does pop
Sometimes.
but he's not scared about
No,
when it
I was
pops.
surprised.
Yeah, he doesn't.
How's your dog react when the balloon
Because
pops?
her neighborhood, he's used to hearing that.
Good.
Stop it, the neighborhood.
The other
Stop
day,
with Sam's neighborhood. Do not sign up to be ridiculed like this.
I am adding to this one thing. I did not have AC for the past 2 nights at my house, so we had the windows open. And there was I woke up in my group chat from my neighborhood. So they're like, "Yeah, here's footage of the guy shooting at your house, not my house,
What
but my
area?
neighbor's house." It was like a street away. Mark and I didn't hear gunshots at all.
Really?
I think
sound
we're so
sleepers.
used to it.
You're good
Shocking.
insulation. You're used to it. You're
Yeah, the windows were open.
So you tune
we
it
didn't
out.
have AC.
Dude,
A
I would
raccoon just
be
jumps in
scared
there.
of like tree roaches flying into your windows.
We have screens.
Oh, okay, good.
They're not hillbilly.
I know
I'm
some
not-
people don't have screens.
My house is nice.
I'm just saying, some people don't have screens.
It's the neighborhood.
It's just the neighborhood.
I'd be so
That's not
scared.
right.
Okay, other toys that are up for as a finalist for the National Toy Hall of Fame, the Pokemon trading card game.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Pokemon trading card game. The
big-
game Sequence. Anybody know what the game Sequence
Yes,
is
that
about?
used to be my favorite game. I used to play
How's that
when
one?
I was sick.
Is it card game, board game? How does that
It's
game
a combination of both.
Okay.
It's basically kind of like you're doing Connect Four
Okay.
with cards, and you get these little like tokens,
Oh.
and then you're trying to have them in a row. It's a whole
work?
sequence.
Sequence, okay. And then
Really
we
fun
also
game.
have the trampoline.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very fun.
Those are
Also,
fun.
breaks
The
your
real
legs.
one.
The real ones.
Not the one they have now where kids are all safe because they have a
The net.
protective netting around them.
Yeah, the one where you double jump and your
Yeah.
sister
So
goes
you
flying.
don't
Yes.
feel like it
Yes.
unless you have the possibility of breaking your ankle.
There's some danger to it. This
There
way,
is.
it's like my kids. I'm like, this is
No
nothing.
consequence.
If I had to
Nope.
guess which of these games are going to make it, I'm going to hope that it's the Transformers. Remote control cars is on the list.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm going to go for that one. I hope that one gets in.
They
And
last about 5 minutes
come
and then
on,
they
My
break.
Little Pony. Make it this time, My Little Pony. Let's go, My Little Pony.
How many do they pick?
If it
Only
loses,
three?
I want plain old Balloon to beat up My Little Pony.
Absolutely, blue number one.
You can actually vote. There is public voting at museumofplay.org throughout this next week, and they're going to announce the winners in November.
Did you have my parents' house was like made in the 70s, so it had popcorn ceilings.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
I
You
never
play
knew
the
that was
balloon
until
would
you
just
talked about it.
pop. Yeah,
Oh.
those ceilings are so
Yeah.
gross.
Well, they're still very common in Houston,
Which
I
is
see
great.
them
If
all
you can
over
buy,
the
'cause then
place.
you can buy the house is cheap and then tear that.
Scrape that stuff off.
And it's a business
Yes,
notch to
it
do that.
is.
Sam actually came over to our Sharpstown house, and her and her husband helped us
So
scrape
it's textured
an entire
ceiling
ceiling.
spray
Yeah, spray it
on the
wet.
It
sheetrock
was
of the ceiling,
awful.
And,
right?
and if you overspray it, then you'll take off the paper underneath of it, and it is a
It's-
disaster.
It's a skill.
Yeah, it really is a skill. Yeah, you have
Shows
to
how
use
much
a,
I love
a
you.
hoe. Yeah, you put a hoe on it.
Speaking of Sam's neighborhood,
My house did not have that, so
Sam's neighborhood did not know it woke up this morning to be hit so many times on this show.
watch my
Without
neighbors
gunfire.
listen, and then they
my
find out who
God.
I am. They're like, "Wow, Sam,
Thanks
wow,
a lot.
thanks."
Next, we're actually going to start talking
That's
about,
fine.
did y'all hear this? Somebody from the Roula and Ryan show lives in our neighborhood, and she's crapping all over the neighborhood. And then you'll be like,
No, they might hear like, oh, there's that wealthy radio girl. Let's go rob her house.
oh, thanks for
Well,
giving
they've
me ideas,
already
Ryan. That's
taken
so
my
They've already stolen through
lawnmower,
That's true.
my weed
That's true.
whacker, my leaf
Houston
blower.
Livestock Show
thing.
and Rodeo is going to make competing cowboys richer this next year. They're increasing the purse payout by $355,500 to just over $2.5 million. So the new funds are going to be distributed among the top 4 winning athletes in tie-down roping, bareback riding, team roping, and saddle bronc riding and steer wrestling. Let's see. The winners will receive $65,000. That's a $15,000 increase from last year. So Cowboys going to be making more money. A lot of things going on this weekend. If you're downtown, I know the Black Keys are playing in Toyota Center tomorrow night. Astros are playing the Angels tomorrow night. So traffic might
Is
be a
it
little
Hispanic
tight.
Heritage
It is.
Today, I think.
tomorrow? The game? Will we get the jersey, or is that today? Wasn't there a jersey
Let me
you're
double
supposed to
check.
get? That's a cool
I know I'm
giveaway.
going to the Sunday game, but I didn't see what the promotion was for the Sunday
Well,
game or for this
speaking
weekend's
of Hispanic
tomorrow.
heritage, the city of Stafford's going to host the very first Hispanic Heritage Fiesta, which is a 2-day festival featuring live performances, food trucks, family-friendly activities. The celebration kicks off at Stafford Center, continues the next day at Stafford Municipal. There's one of
And
those
right,
words.
municipal court or area. Okay, by the way,
and
while you're
that
doing this,
starts today
Ryan,
from 5 to 11, Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
here I am like, oh, let me see on my interweb. I have no internet.
Oh, yeah?
I'm like, I can't find out the Astros
Use your
promotion.
phone.
You got your phone.
Correct. But currently there's a reel that I don't want to shy away from because I think this
Yeah,
might
if
be
you-
good audio.
But you hate
And
that
if
way,
I
if you-
close it, I'll lose it. I have no idea how this came across my
Send it to
algorithm.
yourself or email or text.
So let me not
Just
shy
message
away
it to
from
yourself.
that.
Don't
I'll
you hate
send
that?
it
You go
to
on
me.
Instagram, you see something cool, and all of a sudden it just refreshes automatically.
Oh, I hate that.
Yes.
I hate
The old days,
that.
it used
And
to
then
be.
you can't find it again.
Like, where the heck did it go?
I wish your phone was more like you had tabs.
Speaking of the phone, there's a new update on the iPhone, and they have a thing where it controls, it watches your eyes, where it follows you,
Really?
and you can move things around
with your eyes.
People are gonna be cross-eyed when they start getting this thing. His face. You saw me doing it. You look around at the.
Stop doing that.
It's like when you used to
But
hold that
there's something-
magnifying glass up to your eye.
I always make her laugh when I do that. But
Eric's going
there's something I
cross-eyed.
bought yesterday that you guys, even my kids, are like, Dad, why did you buy this?
Uh-huh.
There's something I bought. I haven't told anyone in here yet.
No.
Good, because we'll probably shame you.
Yeah, what is
Kevin
it?
is going.
Can't wait. Sam's going to own it soon? Is that what you're going to tell us?
Yep. Kevin will never want this in a million years.
Let's.
I'm gonna lose
Stay
my
tuned
mind.
to find out what Eric threw his money away on.
I think this thing is awesome. I can't wait. I think it comes today. I might even bring it for Try It Tuesday.
Wait, the internet's back! The internet is back!
Is
No.
it?
Hispanic Heritage Month just popped up on my interweb.
It's just really slow.
Today to the 22nd.
Took
Oh, it
10
did.
minutes.
Okay, let me try
It did.
this. I'll
Internet
try the
came
phone
back.
here in a second.
Yeah,
Oh my
let
God,
me see
tell
if
me
my...
it's back,
I'll
and then we
just
can tell
call
you if
it.
we can do the Taylor toss-up.
I'll just call it.
Is it back? I think it's back.
It is.
Hang
We do
on.
it at 8:20 today.
I'm
Hold
calling
on.
us
If
right
it works.
now.
We're
Nope,
gonna find
nope,
out.
Nope,
No.
no.
Sam, you're on my internet, so you might
No.
have to go down to the bottom right and switch over.
Wait, no.
I'm just gonna
guess it
use
just
I'm
took
trying
that
to
long
call the
log
station
that.
and I'm getting kicked out.
I did get my
Nah.
traffic updated, so that's
My text
exciting.
stream's coming up very slowly, but I think I'm about to get it. Yes. What did who are you again? Eric buy? Sam's. And I can't look at you because I don't want to laugh again. And what did this guy next to me buy? That girl over there might want to own or not own. We'll find out next
Everyone's
on the
gonna
Roll and
want
Ryan Show.